speaking of Jamie Madrox and the interview that he did an interview with Up Your Geek. There's a website, Up Your Geek. They did an interview with Jamie Madrox, and they took fan questions. And one of the fan questions was, wants to know of any chance of a Lotus album like Riders. And Jamie Madrox would say, he says, I would say no. I actually tried to get something in the go for a new Dark Lotus record entitled 3 of 5, and it was voted out. I completely understand why, and I'm okay with that for now. All right. Dark Lotus without ICP. I understand Twisted and Blaze. Most of Dark Lotus is on Magic Ninja Entertainment. And I know that they have some kind of voting process for ideas and shit that they want to do. If it gets voted out, they don't do it. Gets voted in, they do it. Whoever voted out Jamie Madrox for this 3 of 5 idea for a Dark Lotus album, Dark Lotus-like album, I should say, thank you. This would be an absolute terrible idea if they did this 3 of 5 thing where they do a Dark Lotus-like album. The whole thing with Riders for me it was dope. The whole gimmick of Riders is they don't give a fuck. They jack beats. They do whatever the hell they want. It's really a huge gimmick, kind of a joke kind of thing that they have with Riders. And I thought the Riders album was really dope, really well done. All the new Riders brought it on that project. But a brand new Dark Lotus with only 3 of the 5 members, is it really Dark Lotus without all 5 pedals? And the answer is no. There is no other answer than no. You can't do Dark Lotus without ICP. ICP can't do Dark Lotus without Twisted and Blaze. If ICP were to get Hoodoo or fucking Ouija Mac and start a new Dark Lotus, that would be just as a terrible idea as a 3 of 5. You can't do Dark Lotus without any of the 5 pedals. If one's missing, it's not Dark Lotus. You could possibly get away without having Blaze in the group. You know, that's coming to like worst case scenarios right there. But to me, Dark Lotus is ICP, Twisted, and Blaze. So thank you again to whoever voted Jamie Madrox out of this 3 of 5 idea. Is a terrible idea. I wouldn't support it. I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't listen to it. You know, I'm talking me personally. I probably wouldn't even promote it on any of my pages. Dark Lotus in the Juggalo world, you know, and I don't really get too fucking like sentimental with this shit, but Dark Lotus is like something that can't be touched. If you don't ever reconcile, you know, ICP Twisted, if you never reconcile and Dark Lotus never happens again, I'm more than okay with that. I'm more than okay with Dark Lotus never happening than them doing some kind of 3 of 5 project or not putting their differences aside and banging out a new Dark Lotus album just to do it, which was what the Mud, Air, Water, whatever that album was called. That's what that album was. That was a rush job just to get it done, to try to show love, to try to show the Juggalos that there's still love between the camps when there really wasn't at the time. They were on their very fucking last string with each other. That's by far the weakest Dark Lotus album. It has highlights on it, has some dope tracks on it, but I don't want another album like that. I don't want an album featuring just partial members. If you're going to do it, you got to do it the right way. Hash it out, fight each other, or talk to each other. And you have to be like friends again in order to do a Dark Lotus album. It just can't be something that's done to get it done. And again, thank you to whoever shut that down in the voting process. And Class of Underground Avengers even chimed in on this on Twitter. He says, if this pandemic teaches us anything, it's that we never know when things can end for us all. And because of that, we deserve a full member Dark Lotus album in 2021. Life over differences. Like I said, if they can just put their differences aside, hash it out some kind of way, and get along to give us a new Lotus album, and it's legit and it's meaningful and it's everything a Dark Lotus album should be, I'm for it. But you can't do it without all of the members. You can't do it just to do it like you did with Mud, Air, Blood, Water.